100K, I'll lose my time started coming. Yo! My bad, chat. What's popping with the gang? Luca ghosted us. Nah, I'm right here. What is it? There was something about that rollie with the first time I wrist. I love that song. I like it when I jump up. How's everyone doing? Let me turn this light on. I get 60K. I get 60K for 30 minutes. I'm not rolling loud. Can you guys see me better now? Let me look on OBS. No, I'm kidding. They didn't want me then, but they want me now. I get 60K for 30 minutes. I'm not rolling loud. All right, let's get into it, chat. How are we feeling today? Keep me updated, guys. How was this morning? Who caught trades? Who got faked out? Who got absolutely shit on? Let us know. Be transparent. Losses feel better when you just... Actually, they really don't. Yo. What's happening? What up, Key? What up, Athena? Where the hell you been? You haven't been out here in a minute. That's what I'm saying. Where you been at? Faked out SL. Price is crazy. All right, well, I got a question here. Ready? Let me put a poll, actually. Got 2 B's with this. Let's start a poll, actually. I'm actually very curious. All right, everyone answer the poll I just put. I'm very curious. Who took more than one trade during New York session? Who took more than one trade during New York session? Yo, Luca, wanted to pop in, need a pack find tomorrow. Hey, thank you, bro. Got you, poop. Let's go. Actually, because my first fail. Let's go. Easy. I took 6. I took 5. Not gonna lie. I'm curious. Everyone, tell me in the chat. Who took one trade? Who took more than one trade? $50K and all blues. My thumb's tired of thumbing. 240. One, I knew it was bad. Wish I only took one. All right, exactly. So I just want to go over something. So, guys, there is times where you guys can low-key just tell when price is just freaking rangy. Is it worth you taking another trade, putting money, or not? For everyone that was on my elite VIP call this morning, we took one trade. I started looking for a scale in to NASDAQ to potentially get in. And you know what I did? Which I think you guys should all. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is I'm not trying to say like I'm a perfect trader. There's plenty of times you guys see me here take losses and whatnot. But I really liked what I did this morning. After the first trade, went to get into NASDAQ. And I noticed the price action and I went, you know what, guys, yesterday was the days we show up for at New York Open. It went a 1 to 5 like it was nothing, right? So because I was so up on the week, I was like, what do I look like on Monday? Hitting like a 1 to 5. I didn't hold the whole 1 to 5. I made like 3%. Hold a whole like 1 to 3. The next day, come back and then take 3 trades, and lose all of my Monday's profit on Tuesday. That to me didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I could try and take a second trade or whatever. No need. So let's just go over the trade that I did end up taking, right? So if we go over to NASDAQ, it was just this little sweep back down, but just trying to catch these buys at open, swept back down, and guess what? I would have been in this trade right here, and what would have happened? Faked out again. Yes, a little bit of profit, but we're not here trying to catch a 1 to 0.4. I'm trying to catch like a 1 to 2 at least or something, right? So I'm just proud that I saw how bad the price action was and was like, you know what? We sat there for the whole first 30 minutes of session, and once the new hourly was coming up, I was like, you know what? Usually when it ranges the first 15, 30 minutes, it's going to range until later on, right? So it didn't come in till 9:45. 9:45 finally had the move down, whatever. So I would have been sitting here all of New York session trying to buy and sell, and would have got faked the frick out. The one buy I wish I did take though is after this one, is after we swept this low, I almost got like right here. This would have been fire. This was the trade of the day, to be honest. Sweep, sucked back up, right? But yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is that I know for a fact, like the price action this morning was so garbage. I knew coming in the stream, a bunch of you guys probably got faked out, right? So I was like, I just want to remind you guys that if there's days that you can see prices just moving sideways and you already lost, maybe like, you know what? Let me not go give the markets more money. This is a day that most people get chopped. And yeah, because of the war and news, nah, I wouldn't say so. The war and news makes it so it fucking flies one direction. Yes, it's still volatile, but nah, like this to me was just nothing. It's just chop. I was 600 away from past prop count and took 2 1K losses. Haven't been back on the market since. Damn. Happy. Yeah, that shit sucks, bro. Guys, Cypher just sent me his profits from today. Just straight green. That's fire. That's fire. Killer. Yeah, I'm self-reflecting. Yeah, guys, it's going back and just understanding. All right. I just think you guys got to be able to just identify if it's worth risking more of your money. Right? That's all it's about. Rooting for you, trucker. Exactly. Good shit, Devin. I appreciate that. That's the type of energy we need around this bitch. All right, guys. So let's go over what we're looking at for the morning. I'm not going to lie. Kind of cooked a little bit because like we could try to buy off this area once we swept this low to come up. But look at this overall market structure. In my opinion, we've had this whole move up. All of these highs. And now we started some sort of downtrend. Once we took out this high, we caught buys in here, I think, or whatever. But I called a potential reversal down, and what happened? Took out the New York session highs, new low, consolidated, and then we took out previous Asia session highs from yesterday to distribute lower. Okay? So at this point, now that we've broken structure, I just want someone in the chat tell me, what do you think I would be waiting for in this area? I want to see who would be someone tell me. Sosa going broke? Yo, what the fuck? Made that up. Liquidity grab? Nah, I would say the grabs happened. But yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Yeah, good shit, Key. Retest. Pullback. I would say that, like, as of now, we've gotten the break to the downside. Oh, shit, that was ugly. Down over here. Kind of this break right here. Where, yeah, if you caught these sells, nice, right? But we're late to the party. We can't just think about what already happened. We got to think, what can we do now? I would say we could look for a discount within this bearish leg. which is right around the breakout area, right? As we break and retested within here. How many points is that away? A whole 30 points. Damn, did we really just tap this 4-hour demand too? I hate when it does shit like that. It's like, what? You want me to buy off your demand? Come on now. Oh, and guys, by the way, who was here for yesterday's stream? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys were here for yesterday's stream. Yeah, show those 1s in the chat. Yeah, so if you guys were here on the stream yesterday, who saw what happened on NASDAQ after we got hit up break even? I don't know if any of you guys stayed around or saw what ended up happening, but what time we trade at? It was like 11 something. It was US 30, right? Supposed to going broke. What the fuck? I was right in here. So clean. This wick right here is what got me out. Wick down, break even. And even though it didn't like fly like it reversed, there's no way I would have held this whole move because our entry was down in here. Tight ass stop and shit. Like it hit almost a 1 to 3. Like I definitely would have closed somewhere in here after all these buys. BS. Out to the hip, hop, the hip, dib, hop, hop, stir the ride, but it don't stop. The rocking to the. All right, guys, we got US 30 lows over here. So looking at US 30, guys, similar type thing. So we actually do have previous session lows right here. You know, we could be one of those traders. What? My attendance is better here than it was in school. That's crazy. Y'all know where to show up at what time. That's all I gotta say. It's actually hella funny. Alright guys, US 30, same thing. It's like there is previous session lows right here, but anyone who's actually like gone and watched my session liquidity strategy, let's just ask actually. For people who did watch it, and if you're in the mentorship, you should know, what is one of the main confluences you need for a confirmation to take a session liquidity trade? Whoever just said that, I agree. What's up, Jamal? Hope all is well, brother. Damn, no one in the chat. Guys, come on. What is one of the main confirmations for the liquidity session liquid? Motherfucker, I got it on my YouTube for free. That means none of y'all are doing your due diligence. But FG brand, dude, that's crazy. Y'all are tripping. Being at external highs and lows, that's correct, but that's not the confirmation that we need. What's one of the most solid confirmations for a session liquidity strategy? Higher low sweep, that is also part of it, but that is not the confirmation. Luke, I'm liking gates on my demo though. Why can I trade demo and prop and not real money? That's bro, that is the golden trading question, brother. I bet a bunch of people have that same question. Super liquidity? Nah, come on, guys. If we want to take a session liquidity sweep, we look for it to go and, you know, wick the previous session's liquidity. But what is something that we need in confluence with it to actually make it valid? Discount? It's already at discount because it's going back. Volume? That's actually, that is one of them, is you're waiting for it to kind of go and then show volume once it hits that high. That's a good one. For value gap? Nope. For value gap, not part of it. For value gap, an inverter for value gap could help. Damn, I thought it was the easiest thing. It's literally the one thing that, like, if it doesn't line up, it's like, to me, makes it 10 times less probable. Wow, this is crazy. Come on, chat. Whoever gets it gets a $500,000 challenge. No, I'm kidding, but everyone starts. Nicolas, no. What's the question I just got here? When it comes to my session liquidity strategy, everyone think, you know, I'm asking, what is one of the main confluences you need in order to take the trade? Not just for it to sweep, not for it to be in discount, because both those are already included. Like if it's just, like you'll know, you'll know in a second. You'll know. Ah! God, I feel like a bad mentor. Jesus. Sab, I know you know it. Come on. I think Sab was just not saying it because he's trying to let you guys guess it. Yeah, Saba knows it. Break of the trend line, a retest of the lows, create a higher low. Nope. That's good. Yeah. All right, so Saba, yeah, I was good. Market structure shift, fib retracement. You guys, come on. You guys are just naming shit. What is one of the main confluences? This will help you guys, though. And if you guys actually are trying to use this as a strategy, if you guys do not know what I'm about to say, then this definitely will help you. SMT, no, that could definitely help. That you guys are all saying good confluences. And also, what's up, SVJ Trades? Good to see you, bro. But nah, like, you guys are saying good confluences. All right, Salva said it for you guys. Overall trend, rejection, structural confirmation. All right, so the main thing you need for this strategy to even work is that, and I go over this a ton, is that if the session that you're sweeping does not have to do with the bias, like with the direction, it's not gonna work. So for example, you guys see right here we have London lows where I put this line, but what's the trend? The trend to me is overall bearish. So it makes it low probable for it to come down, sweep this low, and just come all the way up. It's most likely going to do this, retest, and continue lower, right? What you need is this, is that if we come over to here, and we had, oh shit, what was that? If this was the, if this was the, oh my God. If this was the previous, I'm gonna die before I get the real fucking answer. Holy shit. I believe these little seeds in my smoothie. I feel like I'm allergic because I always fucking be like coughing if I get one in my fucking thing. Not bad. Let me redo this without dying. Let's say price, you know, came up in these highs, whatnot, and then led to this downtrend, right? In this example, what's like the trend, right? This was supposed to go down more, but like here, downtrend, right? So what you want is if the previous session is like up in here, like let's say this is the box. If our overall bias is sells, or let's just say this even, right? So let's go over it. Let's say that this was overall sells. Like this is actually coming down from an overall thing. Like we came down, we kind of worked our way back up and then came down again. So we're overall in a downtrend. You do not want to look for price to come and sweep the lows and then try to go higher. Because like I said, we easily could just sweep the lows and continue lower. Why? Because the overall trend is bearish. What you need to have happen is that if we're overall bearish and you see price moving down and then previous sessions over here, you need price to come up and sweep the previous highs to look for an entry to continue lower. So whatever your bias is, that's where you guys need to take the session liquidity sweep at, because that's what's fueling the move lower. If we just try to like sweep lows and go higher, you're just liquidity to continue lower. That's why I always preach the trend is your friend so much, is that if we come back, and if you guys go over the you know, the session liquidity trades that we have taken together, you guys will see that they all have to do with that. So for example, come back over into here, I'm overall bearish. When we come up and swope these Asia highs, it kind of came up higher than I expected it. But like I said, it's coming up, taking highs, continuing lower. Over here, taking out highs, continuing lower. Over, I guess it was this kind of up, but then same thing. So let's just say that we're in an uptrend, right? So over here, we're in an uptrend. You could see when we sweep lows, continuing higher. Even over here, what are we doing? We're sweeping lows, which was Asia and London, to continue higher. It's whatever the trend is, you need the sweep to be against which direction you want it to be in. If the sweeps, like if you're bearish and it sweeps the lows and you try and take buys, you're low-key kind of cooked. Like right here, ready? Look guys, we just swept it. Right here, we swept London lows. Even if it does come up like this, like, I'm not trying to buy because it could just go like this, get me in, and fucking dump. You know what I'm saying? Luca, the puzzle, what's to me about the... what's the catch? I don't really get that question. You just like, if you put in $1,000, you'll get $2,000 of margin to use so you can, you know, open bigger positions, you know, maximize your profits, all that type of stuff. A lot of people do it. Like a lot of people who do like challenges and stuff for fun, who are trying to like flip accounts, they'll do that to have more, you know, money to basically flip. So we need a sweep of the previous high and low in the opposite direction of the overall trend with volume. Exactly. And you want it to like, you want volume, like you want it to kind of like slowly take the high, but once it takes the high, like you said, you want to see volume coming back in, you know, showing that it actually swept and had a good, you know, whatever it's called. All right, guys. So as of now, we're, you know, one of the things I wanted is us to retrace and try and sell and discount, because then you can use previous session lows as targets, right? Like we're overall bearish, so I'm not taking buys at the lows, but if we would have gotten a retracement, you know, like if this wouldn't have come back and not taken out that low, we would have retraced up into here. And let's say we get into sells, right? And we're selling in here. This is actually then a target we can hold for because we have conviction that liquidity is sitting below the London lows to then continue and use that as a target. Make sense? Any particular time frame? I like on like the 5:15, you know. So basically the previous sessions are like the counter trend and the sweep should be with the trend. Exactly. You want to look for counter trend sweeps. The easiest way to put it. Like if you're overall bearish and it sweeps the highs, I'm selling that. Ooh. Jago, for real, what's your real name? Because I recognize your picture, bro. I know you're the homie from Currency Cave, but I just don't know. I forget what your real name is. Can you briefly determine how you determine your bias? It really comes to like, you guys will see me start on the 4 hour. Yeah, Brandon. No, I remember you, Brandon. Homie. It really comes down to the market structure. Are we in a continuation or a pullback? Like I would say that like, yes, we were in an uptrend over here. What's happened ever since here? To me, I see a head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, break a structure, retest, continue lower. Like to me, bearish on the higher time frames. What I mean by if we're in a continuation or an extension is that like, if we're overall bearish, but we're bullish momentarily, like taking out session highs like right here, like New York, whatever, this to me is in a retracement to continue lower. As of now, I'm bearish, so we're technically still in an extension, which is what I was talking about, is that like I'd rather us pull back a bit to continue lower because of, you know, whatever. But how you get it just based upon the structure, right? Is that like, all right, clearly kind of been making lower highs and lower lows. Go to the hourly, what's been kind of happening? Yeah, every time we make a high, we made a low. Yes, you broke this high, but what happened after? Made kind of a low, new low. So I'd say it really has to do with structure. I don't have like a clear, like, if it does this, it's right. Retrace to VWAP and sync again. That's the goal. I was just able to set up a live Gates FX account on TradeLocker. Let's fucking go, guys. Gates FX on TradeLocker. You guys are missing out. I love TradeLocker because of the risk tool. So everyone in the chat room, click on that link and make a broker. Reason why I like TradeLocker is this, guys. For all you guys who are losing, I always preach risk management is one of the best things that can get you from a break-even trader to getting ahead. So I went over an example earlier on my mentorship call before this, showing why I like TradeLocker. So this is TradeLocker. It looks just like MetaTrader. So you can freaking draw lines, draw your positions, you know, your long, shorts, whatever. But what I like is that if I wanted to get into a trade, let's say at the break of this high, right? Like if I want to break above this high, I'm looking to take a trade, I can put on my buy position like I usually would, right? But what I also can do is that if I put my stop loss, and I know it's like 40 points, whatever. For those of you guys who don't have good risk management, what you can do is come down here to the bottom right where it shows the lots, and instead of having to like figure out what lot size to use, you can click above it where it says risk. Now what you can do is just put how much you want to risk. Let's say I want to risk $250, right? I can just drag the stop loss to where I want my stop loss, and then guess what? If it breaks this high, all I gotta do is press buy, and it's gonna properly do the right lot size for me, and properly risk for me. So you guys will have good risk management overall and increase your win rate. Why do I like that? It's because, guys, one of the times that, because like I had already been funded, I had already gotten some payouts, but when I took that step above, when I started getting more payouts and more consistent, and actually there's this one time I passed the challenge, phase 1 and phase 2 with 0 losses. And not only is that not cap, but I actually was like, had people's accounts connected to mine. So I actually can literally have some people vouch for me. 0 losses phase 1, 0 losses phase 2. Why do I think I had it? I had something called magic keys. Magic keys is a little square thing you could have next to your trading desk that would connect to your account. So like, watch, guys, we're breaking above here. I press buy. Boom, I'm in this bitch. Proper risk management, stop loss at the lows. And then, you know, I can come in here and press take profit. And when I drag this take profit, it's also going to show me how much I'm going to make. 900 up here. It'll make 600 here. It'll make 500 here, whatever. And you can just place your take profit where you want. So that's the reason I like trade locker, whatever. But Magic Keys, guys, literally I think is what, because it kept my losses so consistent and like, you know, if you want to lose 1,000, you're only gonna lose 1,000 because of the good risk management, whatever. So I really liked it. There's my 2 cents. Into a new one. So yeah, that's that link right here, guys, in the chat. Gates FX, what up? Jeff got the goat in the chat. So, and this wasn't a real position, guys. I'm obviously still just watching. Obviously, we're sweeping the lows right now, but it just doesn't really have to do with my strategy, like I said, to try to counter trend that. What if you use the same risk management, consistently get slipped out? I mean, get a new broker maybe. I don't really, like, when you know, if you put a stop loss, it should take you out of your stop loss. Bigger stop, yeah, that too. Any trades taken yet? We actually caught this whole sell. And now I'm buying Top Songs a car. I don't know what happened. The table's turned. No, I'm kidding. No trades yet. Sell-off already occurred before we got on the stream. It's been, you know, it happened at 9:30, so basically an hour and a half ago, and we haven't really gone any kind of price action since then. We could get down to like the 1 minute and get a little fancy, right? If we want to have some fun. But I keep using the same side. Oh yeah, no, I forget what broker Clarity uses, but actually, that's why I said with the broker thing. If you guys use Gates, you'll see it doesn't get slipped. I still rock with it, but yeah, props sometimes because it's not, you know, it's whatever it's called, demo or whatever, eval. Swept this low, liquidity taken, BOS, long, 100 cons, all today. I'm not actually in this guy's butt. Forming, not exactly 3-step, but hallelujah. You know, I love the M1 on US 30. I know, I love it too. It's just, you know, none of these setups are that high probability as of now. We're kind of just ranging sideways in the fast lane.
To go and get a funded account.
Damn, Tori made 80K this week. That's crazy. US 30 gonna sell today. Don't fight structure. Exactly. Y'all gotta understand. This is the 15-minute time frame. What is this? What is this that I'm boxing up? What did I just box up, guys? Damn, does no one know what a wick is? Box up the wick. Where the wick is, if you go to lower time frames, what are all these things? Fake outs. Look at this. Look where we came up, broke above this high. 1 minute time frame buyers are trying to buy right here. What is it really? Just a 15-minute wick to continue lower. No, you guys trying to guess what it is? No, I just meant literally just like I boxed up the wick. Box up the wick of the 15 to then drop to the lower time frames to show that it's really just, you know, to try to, that's why the lower time frames can be some noise. You need it to kind of, look at that. Even on the 5 minute doesn't look good. 15, 30 minute. Yeah, guys, and as of now, I'm not looking at like, I wouldn't just short from here. But like I said, when it comes to what's it called? The previous session liquidity sweep. Which pair does it look better on? It's US 30, right? Like on US 30, same type of thing. If you would have like marked up this low, let's say we would have tried to buy this, you know, this sweep. Because look, this has to do with the setup a little bit, right? Like it, you know, broke the low, wicked through it, and then, you know, volume kind of breaking back up. It's not obviously like super ideal, but swept the previous session low, breaking back above, trying to take that trade. What's the only problem? It's against the trend. But no. You sold again? Fire. Like I said, guys, if any of you guys are in sales or want to get in sales, go for it. It's not in discount for me, right? So I'm selling it at too low because look at all the upside it has that could potentially reverse, stop you out. I like selling high and buying low. I don't like selling low, buying high. Does that make sense? Love scalping. I know. I love scalping too. Yeah, trade lock is open. Guys, for any of you guys who have not gone and watched my new day in the life video. View, boom, view, boom. That's not it. Make sure you guys go like and comment. Those shades were lit. Think you're overcomplicated things. You crushed in the curse a few months. Why not just stick to simply? Brother, if only you knew. Wish it was just that easy. Wish it was just that easy, sir. We'll leave it at that. Right? I know. Alvin knows. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys go watch my new video. New video. It is awesome, bro. On a demo or live? Nah, good for you, bro. You know, everyone own a cup of tea, whatever. I've been doing it for 6 years. I definitely know why, but I can't share it here. Check out NVIDIA. Yeah, guys, NVIDIA breaking the low. Breaking the low. Tony Gold. Trade my. That's what I was saying. Is it funded or is it a challenge? Tony Gold, where you been, G? Is it? Hey guys, like look how bearish it is. Damn, imagine this is a bottom wick. Nah, there's no fucking way. That would be like the that would be the Scooby-Doo moment of the fucking. Nah, there's 2 hours left and there's no way in hell. There would need to be like news. I got a sous chef job work. Hey, let's go. Sous chef killing it. How can you set up your SonarLab sessions? You just put the indicator on and then you just put it at what GMT you are. And you just gotta tweak these until it, you know, at the bottom it shows you what numbers. Is what. I think I have that. I have a video of that on my YouTube as well. I have a knack for buying and selling at the absolute wrong time, waiting for what I think is the confirmation candle, only for it to turn on me. Yeah, I mean that's welcome to trading. Unfortunately, right? It's super unfortunate, but but everyone in the chat could say that they've had that happen to them. Yeah, but how long is each session? For London and Asia, I put them for 3 hours, but for New York, I only count the first hour and a half. Like that's only when I am trading it, or I find it valid. Look at these past 3 breaks, guys. Look at this. Broke out here on this low, faked out. So then what? New low, faked out again. So then new low, we'll see that gets faked out again. 3 lows taken, but all these highs are holding, which makes me think we're gonna come take these. Yeah, that's what I would do, Jose. That's what I have it at. Yeah, guys, today's pretty freaking boring. Because like I said, we could potentially hold here. We swept some lows over here to the left, right? So we could get a bullish reaction. It's just that, do we think it's short term or long term? Because we are scalpers, like we could catch the short term. It's just that, like, what I always kind of bring up is that, like, you then have to be perfect. It's like it's gonna sell, and you have to buy at like the perfect moment. Instead of like with selling, it's like it's already selling. You can kind of get in at some point as long as you have your stop loss in the right place. Like, you know, you have good conviction it'll keep selling. All right, I'm gonna end this poll. Ending this poll. So shout out, yeah, everyone, just back to the lesson I tried to say earlier when it comes to like understanding when the market's choppy versus when it's worth putting your money in. There's been plenty of times you guys have seen me come here, be like, you know what, this day's kind of off. Let me just not even touch my live. Let me just maybe trade like a try to pass a futures account or something. You know what I'm saying? Depends. Thanks for the I noticed my vision go down to mistakes. Wait. Clear kind of for making a markup. You got this, Jose. It's so crazy, Luca. I tried many times to join your Discord and be active. Nah. Bro, what? Is there anyone else who's had that problem? You're the only person that's mentioned that, so definitely. Maybe it's because you have the Discord account somewhere else or something. I don't know. What up, Tay? Yeah, so Tay's a savage, guys. Tay's one of the mentorship students. He said, open charts this morning and instantly knew I wasn't trading. That's how it is. Sometimes you just know. You still sit and watch, right? You still look at where an entry can potentially occur. But I'm just, you know, like I said, first trade, got into it, looked for the continuation, and instantly knew we would range. Even if we rebroke whatever, I was like, it's not really worth risking that money. Because how you guys should envision it is if there was a big banker standing right here in front of your trading setup, and before your trader, when you got into a trade, you had to hand them however much you're risking. If you're risking $1,000, if you had to hand them $1,000 to take that trade, you're not taking that trade. You'd be like, you know what? I don't really want to give up this 1,000. This isn't that high of a probability setup. Let me wait. You hold on to that 1,000, and then when you see a good setup, you get in, hand that banker that, and guess what? He's got to hand you back fucking 3 times that, and you go, motherfucker, double middle fingers up. That should be a meme, bro. That could be funny. Yeah, guys, this is a pretty fucking sideways day. I'm not even sad. Can't even call it sideways. It's just dumping. Like I said, if anyone's in the shorts and was just looking for a continuation, go for it. It's just for me, like, don't really know where I'd put my stop loss because, like, technically up here, but I'm not. It's 350 points away. So, not really looking for just the break here. Not enough volume to really push it. We got Asia lows right here. Maybe that's what's targeting you before coming back up a bit. But like I keep saying, guys, if you guys just look at the overall structure, every time we have a dump, retrace, 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 dump, retrace, 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 dump. I mean, even here, like dump, retrace, dump, kind of retrace a little bit, dump, retrace, retrace, dump. So based upon that, based upon what I've been saying, what do you guys think is happening next? Retrace, dump, retrace, dump, retrace, dump, retrace, dump. Potential retrace? I would say so. But yeah, I don't know why it's doing that to me. Bro, that's really confusing. Are you in other Discords, Ivan? Maybe you're just gonna make a new Discord. How many points is that? 60? What time is this? 5 minute? Really? Yeah, guys, any lows, it could just suck up at any point. Like if you guys are trying to sell, like yes, you could sold here, maybe one here, retrace a little bit, retrace a little bit. We could see if it's just retracing, but you got to think that if you have a small stop loss like this, any place you're trying to get in, like if you would have gotten at this low, retrace and freaking got you out right here, here, here. Just waiting patiently. Pretty ass. I'm in the blueprint and mentorship. Awesome, bro. Yeah, I have no idea then. It would tell me the same thing for Emma's Discord too. Oh, no way. So it's not just my Discord. So it's definitely something with your number, bro. It was happening to like multiple people shit. Four hour, 1 hour's closing in 3 minutes. Here it closes. Back to dive data showing that probable by just adjusting my lines after a fake out, what would make it sense? So like not adjusting your lines after a fake out? Like not moving your line up? Your data is gonna tell you better than me, bro. Your data doesn't tell you better than me. It looks better, Nas or Dow. What's your thoughts? I mean, they both look like pretty similar, right? They both are obviously in a continuation. They're not in a retracement. They're continuing the overall sell. I would say that a pullback here, I think, is due. Why? It goes in the same thing I always talk about, premium and discount. It's too low to keep selling down. So you don't really ever see it just move in one direction. You see it like move, retrace a bit, move again, retrace a bit, move again, right? Like look at this, look at over here. What's happening? Low, retrace, low, kind of camp a little bit, but same type of thing. Right? So it just looks like proper structure, just following structure and what we can do with it. And yeah. Screen lagging? My screen's lagging? Luca, just so I don't feel like I missed out, if you have a chance, could you brief on how you would trade in New York or what you do for a winning trade? I mean, bro, similar to how I trade here, except it's just there's more volume, so I do take more of kind of like a breakout style, but I definitely look for like liquidity sweeps and such against and like bias, right? Like where do I think price is going to extend at open? Maybe waiting for a quick fake out against the direction, things like that. But no, there's a lot more volume during that time, so it's different, a little bit more volume based. This rejection looks good, guys. Anyone. Jamal says he's in the buys now. I'm not entirely, I don't think we're just going to fly from this point. Just super counter trend. The way I think about it is that like if I were to take this position and we lose, like let's say it gets into profit, we're like, oh hell yeah, like good job, Luke, all this type of shit, and then boom. It's just like instantly, like what I do after losses, guys, I always think like, what could I have done to avoid this? And my thought would have been, motherfucker, trade with the trend, But we got the hourly open in 1 minute, so we'll see. Making a big wick. Or no, I mean, look at that. Look at that rejection on the hourly. So we'll see. We got 1 minute until. This is on NAS, US 30. Yeah, I can imagine taking those. Hourly opened. Kind of like a hammer candle. For anyone who's interested in the buys, I'd just wait for the hourly to make some sort of bottom wick like it kind of is right now. Wait for it to be a little bit bigger. But if we reflipped and broke the hourly highs, you guys can try to take this. But all I keep saying is that it's trying to buy in a retracement. The whole type of like the whole thing is this: is that if we're in a downtrend like this, right? It's like, yes, there is opportunities to potentially buy in here, but what ends up happening is it's still against the trend that it continues down. So, you know, could get lucky on a little bit of a lower high to continue, but I still just think it's overall pretty bearish to try and do that, if I'm being completely honest. Kind of debating, chat, what I want to do. I think it's just moving pretty slow, not really a clear direction on it. We could sit here and wait for the 350 candle, but then that's still once again just sitting here in a choppy market to then wait for a break of it. So trying to think. Got a chest pump just now after hitting chest. Fire, bro. Yeah, well, I need to get a workout in anything. If I'm being honest, guys, I think I might just call it an early day. Like I said, is just knowing when you should and shouldn't be in the market. We could sit here and I could try to force a trade, but I already know if I tried to take a freaking trade and we lost or something, people would be like, oh shit, you should have followed your rules or whatever. So we could sit here. We've been here for like an hour. I just do not think we're going to get a solid trade for the next hour, and that's me being completely honest. So I'm down to kick you here for a little longer. Like, it's not like I want to leave. It's just I don't want to force a trade. Us being in front of the charts, like I always say, if you guys just stare at your guys' phone looking for a trade, well, guess what? The markets are always moving, so a trade will probably present itself. So it's having the discipline to be like, you know what? I should probably just be off of it for now. Because I'll say this, ready? My overall bias is sells, and I want to sell, but my lower time frame kind of confirmations is saying that I want to buy within here, and I don't like that personally. I don't like the buys in here because I'm trying to. Yeah, he's saying force the buy. That's what I'm saying. Is like I'm trying to force the buy, where it could be fun, but you know what's really bad is not following your rules and then winning the trade, because then it tells your brain it's okay to break your rules because you're like, oh, when it breaks, you're winning anyways, you know? So that's my exact thing, is I'm trying to force the buy, but I know for a fact I shouldn't be trying to force the buy, because then it's just money out of my account. I know for you guys look at a loss as like, oh, it's just whatever, you know? I look at it as a step backwards, you know? Because that's just more money you have to make back to then get ahead, you know? So I think no trade during power hour. Truth got messed today, broke my rules. That's what I'm saying, you know? You gotta know. Only thing I force is these baths, but that's fucked up. Hey, lights gotta stay on somehow. But yeah, guys, all I want to say is reiterate, the worst thing to do is not follow your plans and get rewarded. So like, look at this, guys. Imagine if I would have actually forced these buys. This is the difference between a unprofitable trader and a person who treats trading just as like fun, because trading is fun, guys. Like, there's days that I do want to come on here and just buy and sell all day and shit, but that's gambling. That's not trading, right? If you guys want to do that, we can have another day. We like buy like, you know, futures accounts. We all try to pass them on stream and stuff. But, you know, when it comes to me using my live account, I just don't really want to do this, because I would have gotten faked out on these sells, and now we're up in here. I didn't take any of them or anything, but then would have gotten faked out on these buys. So it's not really worth it. Hands off for today. I hope this is a learning lesson for you guys. And if you guys do go take a trade, if you guys end up losing the trade, think in your head, damn, maybe I should have known. Luca, if I learned to solve the Rubik's Cube, would I impress the HUDs? 100%. That's a good party trick. Pull out the Rubik's Cube. The daily will close bearish on the Dow. That's what I'm saying. Better wait for that 350. That's what I'm saying. Just got off the phone with Powell. Yeah, I mean, I think it's bearish too. That's why, You know, in my head, I'm trying to think where could we have positioned ourselves. Honestly, at this little liquidation, that's still not discount. You know, discount for me, guys. Even if you were to mark it up, like to me, it's from up in here. I'm curious if you mark it up from right here. Oh yeah, tapped it right here, but still like a real, like is like that. All right, I think we need a deeper retracement, but it did tap right into this little leg right here. Right? Sometimes just gotta be realistic with yourselves. But guys, go watch the new YouTube video. It ends with a little trade thing too. But leave a comment too. Not a lot of comments. Go give it some love. Hell yeah. How easy is it to withdraw of your broker? It's so easy. You just literally click withdraw funds. You like transfer it to your account, and then you just put in the address you want to send to, and then it sends it. Loaf of bread size of the Titanic. Hell yeah. There's a place at the mall that sells just big ass loaves of sourdough. That shit was, loaf of bread was damn near a weapon. Ask Nick. I hit Nick with the, that's why he's a black eye. No, I'm totally kidding. Ever tried Hero? I used to use Hero. I actually used Hero before Gates. But when they lost their meta quotes license and stuff and their platform was bad, I started looking at other brokers and I don't know, I found Gates. Gates is way better. My daughter said you need longer videos. That's good feedback. I just want to do a little short one to see if you guys even liked it and would fucking watch it. Some of you guys have a freaking attention span of a squirrel. Or like a painting. I'm kidding. But yeah, I'll make more. I'll make more coming up. But I appreciate you guys. I'm actually just gonna go hit the gym like right away. I have no excuses. No excuses. If I get off with you guys, I have to go to the fucking gym. So. Oh, hell yes, he's here. Leave. What up, Top Songs? Top Songs, you missed it. We already literally, like, you know how they say $7 trillion is traded a day in the market? Well, we took it all. So we're just done for the day. We're just done. But actually, guys, low volume, gonna move sideways. I'm just gonna go to the gym. I challenge all of you guys to go do something, you know, whatever it may be. Do something that you didn't do yesterday. That's my goal for all of you guys. I don't care what it is. Everyone, do one thing today that you guys did not do yesterday. That's it. Love y'all. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, gang. Oh, and like I said, guys, Trade Locker on Gates. If you guys like MetaTrader, obviously use MetaTrader. If you guys like Trade Locker is now offered on Gates, and they have the deposit bonus, so you guys can go crazy. Peace out, gang. Doses.